So I've been day trading for 4 years now, and it's been a series of up and downs, more so more downs than more ups. But I'm finally in a point of my journey to where I am slightly profitable, where I'm moving away from the unprofitable stage and kind of just working out some little kinks, ironing some things out to really push myself further into being a profitable trader and becoming a full-time day trader. So I'm still working a job now. If you haven't kept up with my streams, I talk about kind of my journey there as well, some of the things, a little bit about my story there. But anyways, that's not the point of this video. I really just wanted to make this video to offer a reality check and some of the things that I've learned over the past few years. So I guess we really should start where it all began. The very first year, a lot of traders out there say it's the year where you learn basically everything you need to really know about day trading. And rightfully so. Very first day, I remember this very clearly. So when I first launched into day trading, found out about the futures market, I loaded money into an app called Tradovate. I put $2,000 of my own money in. And the very first trade that I took, it was a short position on the S&P 500, it's a ticker ES on the futures market. I was actually up $1,000 in unrealized gain. And instead of taking profit there, I ended up only taking $600 from that trade. Now you're thinking $600 is actually pretty good on your first day. It is. I'm not saying that it's not, but I could have been up $1,000. And the reason why I didn't take that $1,000 was because I saw the money go up, my heartbeat jumped up, and I wanted to make more. First lesson, greed, right out the gate. And after that, it just went all downhill. Second day, I lost $600. I basically made it back up. Third day, I made $200, and then I blew it. Blew the account, loaded more money back into it, and it was just a series of blowing money and loading more money in. It got to the point where I was so scared to lose money, and it triggered something else called analysis paralysis. Obviously, I was still a brand new trader. Prior to all this, I had spent 2 weeks demo trading. Thought I figured it out because I made $20,000 in my demo phase. I oversized and I was like, this is easy. Loaded money, lost it, went through the whole, greed and analysis paralysis stage, and unwilling to take a loss, because anytime I took a loss, I was like, I needed to make this money back. And it was just like those three things that really held me back that first year. And kind of, to be honest, even to now where I'm at too, like it still affects me a little bit, but I'm just getting better at controlling it. Anyways, as we move through the first year, we come upon, I guess, the beginning of the second year. I found out about profit from trading, got into it, spent about a few months getting funded. It took me so long, I can't remember how long it took, but process of trading, learning to enter here, follow specific trades, like, hey, this is my A+ setup is what we call it. And I really should have been focused on that, but instead of focus on that aspect of trading, I was focused on just making money. And that was like, that had a toll on my mental space. And going through the second year, we come towards the latter end of it, so where we kind of come up on the third year. And so the second year, once we came towards the end of the second year, I actually took my first ever payout with a prop firm, and it was in the amount of $5,600. And that, it kind of didn't change everything, but that was like the first taste of, man, so this is what it's like to get it. And honestly, whenever I first took it, it was exciting for a bit, but the feeling of making money immediately disappeared basically after that, because the thought of, all right, well, now I gotta do this again. That also, I feel like traders don't talk about that, is it starts to creep in, and you have to, I'm still, getting better at dealing with it of, okay, just normalize it, be like, okay, this is nothing different. We're taking money out here. Okay, cool, I've made money, let's keep going. So that was starting to really take an effect on me as well. I was like, oh man, I gotta do this again, this is pretty tough. But didn't quit. Went through after that a couple months, I actually went on a losing streak, and I did think about quitting too at one point, like the whole 3 years, like leading up to the 3 years so far. I was like, man, should I quit? But I didn't quit. I went through, and then eventually got to the point where I took my second payout in the amount of $1,000, which that was the beginning of the third year. So beginning of the year, took $1,000, and then we come towards like the latter end of the third year. I actually took a couple more payouts as well. So at this point, I was not consistently taking payouts, but was starting to really iron out like psychology. And I feel like I'm talking so much about psychology, but I want to take a quick break here and kind of pivot as well to a different thing of you actually need a strategy, right? Psychology is not going to be the only thing that's going to make you successful. If that's all it took, then a lot more traders out there will be successful. But it's really a combination of having your psychological space like ironed out, plus actually having a system, a strategy that you follow and you trade with by taking your A+ setups and not just willy-nilly relying on hope. Hope is not a strategy. So want to make that clear. That's really like what I kind of figured out at the end of the third year. I was like, man, I really need to really start getting better about that. But guess what? I didn't pay. I really didn't even follow that. I was like, I knew it, and I kind of just brushed it off. And then come at the beginning of this year, my fourth year, took a couple payouts, and then kind of went to a little bit of a break-even stage for a couple months, and then really started to iron down a little bit more. Like I would say leading up to now, to this current date, just the past couple of weeks ago, I'm really starting to focus a little bit more on taking the A+ setups and really not just relying on hope. I understand, like I can read the charts, but what's really kind of helped me move on from that unprofitable stage to becoming slightly profitable now, as much as you probably hate to hear it, is that I'm just taking better trades now. And instead of just relying on hope and kind of entering here and there, spraying with the shotgun, I'm starting to minimize it, putting less bullets in, like I guess the spread of the shotgun bullet. If you've ever shot a shotgun, it spreads out. But trying to become more of a sniper trader where I'm entering into trades that actually make sense and starting to really iron down on the process and not get so focused on the money. Now the money will come, and some days I am focused on it. I'm not perfect, but that's really like the journey in a nutshell of what I've been through and what I've learned to really help me get to this stage. And obviously I'm still trading with prop firms, and I plan to take this and really just make it better. So I don't know if that was any help to any of you guys, but that's basically what I've learned so far through these 4 years of day trading.